A Tale of Two Names, the histories of Pee Pee Creek and Poo Poo Point place names can sometimes evoke a chuckle, especially those that sound humorous or suggestive. Two such locations, Pee Pee Creek in Ohio and Poo Poo Point in Washington, are more than just quirky names on a map. Each has a backstory that weaves local history, cultural quirks, and modern-day attractions into enduring legacy. Pee Pee Creek flows through Pike County in southern Ohio, an area characterized by rolling hills, farmland, and forested landscapes. The creek eventually feeds into the Scioto River, a major waterway that runs southward to the Ohio River. Much of Pike County is rural, with small towns and agricultural plots along the creeks and rivers. Pee Pee Creek is just one of many tributaries in the region, but it stands out for its unusual name. The Pee Pee legend. The most widely circulated story traces the creek's name to the initials P, carved into a tree by an early settler or surveyor. Over time, residents pronounced the letters as PP, transforming a pair of initials into a peculiar-sounding geographical designation. Early settlement, pioneer families and frontiersmen were among the first to explore the area after the Northwest Ordinance of 1787, which opened up much of Ohio for settlement. Their desire to claim land and establish homesteads gave rise to small communities and influenced local naming conventions. Township formation. So influential was the creek that an entire township in Pike County adopted the name Pee Pee Township. Historical records indicate that the township was officially recognized by the mid-19th century, serving as an administrative region for local governance. Frontier economy. Though it is a small waterway, Pee Pee Creek played its part in sustaining local agriculture. Farmers used nearby water sources for both livestock and irrigation, bolstering the region's slow but steady growth. Local stories and lore. Over time, references to Pee Pee Creek and Pee Pee Township took on a lighthearted tone in local folklore. Visitors often photograph the road signs, and postcards featuring the name sometimes circulate as novelty items. Outdoor activities. The scenic rural area offers opportunities for fishing, hiking, and small boat paddling along creeks and the Scioto River. While Pee Pee Creek is modest in size, it remains a quaint spot for short recreational outings. Community pride. Residents of Pike County have come to embrace the creek's name. Although it sparks jokes, it also cultivates a sense of local identity, something unique to share with out-of-towners. Poo Poo Point lies on the west side of Tiger Mountain, near Issaquah, Washington, about 20 miles east of downtown Seattle. The area is part of the Issaquah Alps, a group of forested foothills leading into the Cascade Range. Tiger Mountain boasts dense evergreen forests, networked hiking trails, and panoramic views of Lake Sammamish and the surrounding valleys. Poo Poo Point itself sits at roughly 1,850 feet in elevation, offering sweeping vistas on clear days. The commonly cited explanation for the name involves the steam whistles used by loggers in the early 20th century. Workers or donkey engine operators would use repeated whistle blasts, often transcribed as poo poo or toot toot, to signal the movement of logs or shifts in activity. As logging waned and recreational use grew, hikers and local residents began informally calling the area Poo Poo Point. Eventually, trail maps and guides adopted the moniker, ensuring it stuck for posterity. In the late 1800s, the Pacific Northwest was a hub for the timber industry. Tiger Mountain teemed with logging camps, skid roads, and steam-powered engines, all reliant on auditory signals for coordination. As forest management practices changed and conservation priorities rose, the logging camps disappeared. The land transitioned to state forest status, transforming into a haven for hikers, paragliders, and mountain bikers. Today, Poo Poo Point is best known as a popular hiking destination with trails of varying difficulty. The open, grassy slope at the top provides an ideal launch site for paragliders who ride the thermals for a bird's-eye view of Issaquah and Lake Sammamish. Much like Pee Pee Creek, the name Poo Poo Point evokes humorous reactions. Visitors often snap photos with the trailhead sign, and local businesses sometimes reference the point to attract outdoor enthusiasts. Why we remember quirky names. Cultural identity. Places like Pee Pee Creek and Poo Poo Point stand out because their names are memorable. These designations reflect the whims, humor, or practicalities of earlier eras, be they initials on a tree or steam whistle imitations. Tourism and curiosity. Lighthearted names can draw visitors interested in local oddities. This casual tourism can boost regional economies, bringing business to rural stores, restaurants, and guides. Historical time capsules. Each name speaks to the region's past, be it frontier settlement in Ohio or logging culture in the Pacific Northwest. They offer a glimpse into how early residents lived and interacted with their landscapes. Embracing the unusual. While it's easy to poke fun at PP and Poo Poo, these names are emblematic of the rich tapestry of American place-naming tradition. Both sites highlight the quirks of local history, demonstrating how offbeat names can endure for centuries, long after their original contexts have faded from memory. PP Creek continues to flow quietly through Pike County, reminding residents of Ohio's frontier past and the significance of small waterways for early American settlers. Poo Poo Point, once echoing with the sounds of logging whistles, now resonates with the chatter of hikers, the rush of paragliders, and the laughter of visitors drawn to its playful name. Together, they exemplify how geography, history, and a dash of humor combine to create places that are not only distinctive, but also cherished by those who call them home. From Ohio's PP Creek to Washington's Poo Poo Point, these locations demonstrate the enduring power of a name. What began as an incidental carving of initials or the imitation of a whistle became ingrained in local identity. Today, travelers are as likely to visit for the novelty of the names as they are for the natural beauty and historical richness these places possess. In embracing their whimsical designations, both communities keep alive a facet of American heritage that celebrates the unexpected and delightful elements in our collective past.